Hey, I'm Heather and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a place where I coach busy moms who want to grow their business with more heart and less hustle. And today I want to share with you how I stopped caring so much what other people think. And why this matters is because if you want to create a business that is heart-centered and that doesn't cause you to strive and perform and ultimately burn out, then letting go of other people's opinions is one of the most important things that you can do. Now, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I used to be really insecure. I used to care so much about other people's opinions and validation and approval that it caused me to edit and filter and change myself just to try and get them to like me more. What that did is it held me back from putting my truest self out into the world and getting the results in my life and my business that I could get from being who I really was. I want to tell you a story that illustrates just how much I cared about other people's opinions and how afraid I was of their disapproval. So about 10 years ago, my husband and I were a part of a small group in our church with about 5 other couples. And after a few months of being in that small group, one of the couples texted us and said, "Hey, can you guys come over? We want to talk to you about something." Immediately, both my husband and I went into panic mode. We were like, "Oh no, what did we do? Are we in trouble? What are they going to say to us?" And we were racking our brains trying to think of what we could have possibly done or said that caused this couple to be upset with us. Now, I've just got to say that we had no reason to think that it was anything negative, but our first response was to be so worried that we had done something wrong that had caused these people to think or feel something negative towards us. So a couple of days went by and we went to their house for this meeting that we were so scared about, and it turns out that they had adopted a baby and wanted to surprise us by introducing us to her. The crazy thing in that moment was we were assuming the absolute worst of the situation, and we were so worried about what they thought about us. And the whole time, all they were trying to do was to invite us into a beautiful part of their story. We were making it all about us instead of being able to focus on and celebrate them. Now, of course, once we met her, we totally celebrated it, and it was all about them. But that concern and that worry about what they thought about us and whether or not they liked us had caused us to not even think that the conversation that we were going to have could be about something so beautiful, so good, and so not about us. When we're worried about what other people think of us, it sounds like we're being focused on them, but really what it does is it causes us to be totally focused on ourselves. Instead of being able to reach out and be open and show unconditional love to other people, we close up, we go inward, and we shut down. One of the things that I started to realize was that if I really wanted to love and impact other people in relationship, it wasn't the most effective thing to do to try and control and change their opinion of me. In fact, the most powerful thing that I could do was to let them have whatever opinion they wanted and to not worry about it. Now, in order to do that, I had to start giving myself the validation that I was looking for from everybody else. As a person of faith, I believe that God created us and He created us in His image, and that He thinks that we are good, that He loves us, and that He validates us. Before we do a single thing, we are enough for Him. And so when I talk about validating myself, what I am talking about is agreeing with the truth that I am already loved, I am already accepted, I am already valued. That is a truth that He is speaking over me. But when I choose to not agree with that truth, then I don't validate myself. It's not enough for Him to say that I am worthy of love. I actually have to agree with Him. So the very first thing that helped me to stop caring so much about what other people thought was to start reminding myself who I actually am, to give myself the love and validation and approval that I was looking for from everybody else. The second thing that helped me to stop caring so much what other people think is to realize that I actually can't change another person's thoughts or feelings. I can't do it. I am not in control of anybody else's mind. I am only in control of my mind. So even if I change all of my actions and all of my behaviors and I show up in a completely different way, a person can still think thoughts about me that cause them to feel anger, frustration, disconnection, or negativity towards me. I simply cannot change how another person thinks. So one of the things that I tell myself is that other people's thoughts and feelings are not my responsibility. I am responsible for the way that I think and the way that I feel, but I cannot control or change another person's thoughts and feelings. Just knowing that has saved me so much time and energy and effort of editing and filtering and changing myself to try and get people to like me. Enough of that. Guess what? At the end of the day, you can do all the right things and that person still might not like you, and that is completely okay, because the way that they show up and treat you is a reflection of who they are, not a reflection of who you are. So if you want to be known as a kind and generous and loving person, then think thoughts that help you to feel kind and loving and generous, and then you will naturally show up that way. The final thing that really helped me to stop caring so much what other people think is to realize that I was robbing those people who already did love and care about me the opportunity to experience who I truly am and to experience the part of God that I am meant to reveal to the world. If I worry so much about those few people who don't like me or who misunderstand my heart, and I change myself for them, then I don't get to show up for my clients. I don't get to show up for my online community. I don't get to show up for my family and the world around me in a way that offers them the unconditional love that I have inside of me to give. Who is missing out on the truest version of you because you're worried about those one or two people that might not like it? What is it costing your family? What is it costing your business? What is it costing your community to not get to experience the wild, free, unfiltered version of you? I hope you found this helpful. If you did, give us a thumbs up, share it with a friend or two who struggle with caring about what other people think, and come check out my monthly coaching program, Life Launch, where you learn all kinds of tools like this in even more depth so that you can experience transformation in your life and business. I will see you next week.